Hey, my beautiful Baba babes. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. How's it going out there? Leave a comment. Let me know you're here because I cannot see who is watching. And I want to give out some love today and make sure and get some too. Yeah, here's our beautiful Ashley. Hi, love. Nice to see you. Nice to feel you. Hello, beautiful Misty. I'm glad that you're on here. All right, we got this. Cool. Happy to have you, my beautiful Baba babes. Well, I am back in California for a minute. I do so much back and forth, but I love it. I really love traveling. I don't care what kind of traveling I'm doing. If I'm out and moving and getting new experience and getting new energy, it just really enhances my creative spirit, my mood. I feel so freaking alive being out moving around in the world. But anyway, I'm here in California. I'm taking care of some personal business. So I don't know how long I'll be here, maybe a week or so. And then I'm going to go back to Tennessee where my car is hanging out. And then you will be probably hearing from me next week somewhere in the South again. I actually really like the South. I'm having a lot of fun there. Hey, happy that you're here. Kira, I'm happy that you're joining too. Good afternoon, beautiful Sarah. Lovely. Okay. Pow. Playing with cards here, going all over the place. Real quick announcements. What do we got going on? So today you can get a reading. I am doing readings by donation today. And the way that works is you donate any amount to the Bhava Spiritual Mission. It is a tax-deductible donation. Send in your donation today. The PayPal link is in the description of the video. It's also on the ticker going across your screen there. It doesn't matter what it is. I will tune in, and as a thank you for donating to the mission and helping to support us and keep us going, keep bringing us out here into the collective to help everybody that we can possibly reach move from fear to love. As a thank you, I'm going to do a reading for you at the end of our broadcast. Ashley, Cash App or Venmo? Okay. Yes. Ideally, I'd like to keep it on PayPal because that's the Bhava account. But if you want to send it to my personal Cash App, then you can do that. And I will put that on the screen here really quickly. Venmo. Let's go with Venmo. Ingrid H. Turner. Where are you? There you are. Okay, if you want to do Venmo, you can. That's fine. Ashley, that's great. I'll just shoot it over to the Bhava account. If you can do the PayPal account, that would be ideal. It's in the description of the video. But no big deal. I appreciate it. I appreciate anything that you're able to do to help out. And I really appreciate getting to tune in for you and do a reading for you today. That makes me really happy. So thank you. So we'll go through our procedure today and kind of get all the juiciness, the energy for the week, and the messages for the collective and the community. And then I'll go into personal readings at the end of the broadcast. Okay. I also, if you want something, this is a reading on a live stream, so it's not private, so if you want a private session with me, you can book that today. Again, I reserve Sundays for my private one-on-one sessions, and I always run a few specials on Sundays, and I still have a special left on the human design chart. I'm doing 50% off on a 1.5 hour human design chart reading, and I'm doing $20 off of my 30-minute sessions. And I am spirit comes through me in this super efficient and targeted way. So we really don't need more than 30 minutes. Almost never do I need more than 30 minutes for a session. So jump on for a 30-minute session with me. I'm sure we will get all of your questions answered. Spirit will give you the juiciest, yummiest messages coming through. If you want to book that, $20 off tomorrow. So you can go to my website, ingridhturner.com/Sunday. And you can just book it straight from the website. If you have any trouble at all, just send me an email. Whatever I can do to help out. Right? Okay. And then I'm going to put my ticker back on because I forgot to do a banner for this. I have a new course that I put together. I got really excited about it. If you're on my email list, you already heard about it and you got the first dibs on it. But I had a big ego storm last week. It was really intense. And I actually just kind of moved out a bit into the week. But at the day that I had the big crescendo of an ego storm where I was just really, really in it and putting my tools to work, and I finally got through it and I broke like a fever breaks and it came through and I was like, God, I'm really good at this. So essentially what this course is called Happy, Courageous, and Free. And what this is an accessible, easily accessible way to access the way that I teach spiritually. And some of you who are on here, you've worked with me in depth. Hello, beautiful Yvonne. I'm so happy to see you here. Yvonne and Ashley, you two have worked with me extensively over the years. So you understand like my spiritual teaching, what I have to offer. And so I've come up with a really accessible, easy way to access sort of a core thread of my teachings. And it is all centered towards helping you break through these ego storms, break through the fear, and fall into your happiest existence. Because I'm out here living my life on the bleeding edge. I'm scared all the time. I put these tools into practice and I release my fear, and my life just keeps expanding and expanding. I'm a full-time traveler. I do spiritual work for a living. I'm a poet. I have 3 books published. I got 4 more in the docket. I mean, like my life could, it can be more expansive. It just continues to expand. And I realized like, gosh, this needs to be put out there. So if you're resonating with me and you're resonating with my messages that I'm posting and the emails that I'm sharing and the Bhava broadcast that I'm throwing down, this is a super inexpensive, accessible way to access my teachings and, see if you want to go further or not is fine, but it's there for you as a gift. And again, you can go to my website, ingridhturner.com/happy-bitches. And again, that's in the description of the video. And it's also on the ticker that's going across your screen there with some of the other announcements as well. Okay. Yvonne says she's the bomb, y'all. Thank you, darling. I appreciate you so much. Okay. So without further ado, announcements are done. Let's dive into what we're doing today. And again, if you're here and watching and I haven't heard from you, please leave a comment so that I know you're here and I can give you some love and all that good stuff, right? What are we doing today? So today we are going to go through a number of different modalities and tune into the energies for the week for you. We were doing our Bhava broadcast for years on Sunday mornings at 11 o'clock. I moved it to Saturdays at 4 because it just feels like the right time. And I can't even really tell you why, so I'm just going with it. Anyway, and real quick, Ashley, shameless plug, 100% recommend working with. Thank you, John. I love you so much. So we are going to look at a channeled message from Spirit in a minute here after we ground. Well, actually, first we're going to ground in, and then we're going to do prayer, and we're going to do healings. This is our opportunity to get some healing, to put some good energy out there, to say our prayers and set our intentions. And when we're done with that, we're going to go into a channeled message from Divine Spirit. So I'm going to open me up. I'm going to open up, and I'm going to let through Divine Spirit and see what teaching or message Spirit has for us this week. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm going to channel live for you. So let's see what happens. Now, here's the thing. When you and I come together, we activate each other, okay? I'm a channel and you're a channel, and I know you're a channel because you're attracted to me and I attract channels, okay? I work with other channels. I train other channels, okay? So you are opening up, we're activating each other. So I want you to pay attention not only to what I'm channeling and bringing through from Spirit, but what does it erupt inside you? What hits are you getting? What pings are you getting? What questions? What memories? What is popping up? And then I want you to share your hits in the comments because, okay, Spirit is coming through the lens of my perspective, right? And now Spirit's going to come through the lens of your perspective. And together we expand our understanding of Divine Spirit's message. Hey, Donna, I'm so glad you're here. And when we do that, we all walk away with a deeper understanding of Divine Spirit's message and healing. And we take that out into our lives. We take that out into the week. And every single interaction we have as we receive this divine energy from Spirit, it expands and it expands everyone around us. And that is how we raise our own frequency, our individual frequency, and we raise the frequency of the entire planet through living in our highest expression in partnership with Spirit, living in partnership with Spirit. So let me know what you got. We will bring the comments up. We will expand on it. And the people who are watching the replay are going to be scrolling through the comments and seeing what other people are saying. And you're what you have to say, what you bring through. Make no mistake, it will hit for somebody. It will change something for somebody. It really will. Okay. Once we do the channeled message from Spirit, we do a new thing now where I'm going to look at the human design transits. So I keep saying this, I'm going to say it again because it's still true. I'm having a love affair with human design, and we are going to pull up the transit chart and we're going to look at the energies and we're going to look at how that is impacting all of us as a collective. It's kind of like astrological transits, but it's human design transits. I'm feeling much more drawn to human design right now. So because that's where my energy is, that's where I'm going to be able to serve you best. So that's why we're bringing the human design chart up. And then after we're done looking at the human design transits, I'm going to pull out the tarot cards. I have my favorite deck, the Wild Unknown, and we're going to look at the energies for the week as per the tarot. Okay, what do the tarot cards have to say for us, say to us about what's coming up this week? And then after we're done with that, I'm going to go into individual readings. And so at that time, you can make, if you choose to make a donation to the Bhava Spiritual Mission, then I will be able to give you a big old thank you by giving you a card reading and a channeled message. I usually just kind of like mash it all together, right? That's how I do it. Just all comes together as a thank you for donating to the Bhava Spiritual Mission, because I really, really appreciate you. I am so thankful. And anything you can do really helps all of us move forward and continue to do the work that we feel put here to do on this planet. Okay. Fantastic. Ashley sent a Venmo. Okay, thank you, darling. I can't wait to do a reading for you. Yep, and there it is. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and ground in together. I want you to close your eyes with me. Let's take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel your energy pool in your root chakra. Maybe it'll feel warm or tingly. You just be aware that it's happening. Take a deep breath in and pull the energy from your root into your heart. Exhale and hold the energy in your heart. Inhale and pull the energy from your heart into your crown. Exhale and hold the energy in your crown. Inhale and pull the energy out of your body. Feel it connect with divine source energy. And with the out breath, pull that energy back into your body and into your heart. Breathe in and hold the energy in your heart. Breathe out and pull the energy down to your root. Breathe in and hold the energy in your root. Breathe out and push the energy down your legs and into your feet. Breathe in and hold the energy in your feet. Breathe out and push the energy into the earth. Feel that energy hook in with the earth's core, and take a deep breath in and pull it back up towards your feet. Exhale. Inhale and feel the energy hit the soles of your feet and move up your legs and pull again in the root chakra, and exhale into your root chakra. Thank you, Divine Spirit, for bringing us all together today. Thank you for drawing us from all corners of the world to come together and create this beautiful divine web, to stay connected and be connected to the great all, to bring these messages, this divine healing energy out into the collective, out into our own lives, into the lives of all who we meet, all who we connect with, raising the consciousness of the planet, moving us from fear to love, bringing down the chaos levels in the world, and settling more deeply into the golden age, into this new paradigm. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, at this time, I would like to invite you to share your prayers. Share prayers for yourself, for your loved ones, for the collective, for anyone who is on your heart. Anything that is on your heart. Nothing is off limits. When you bring these prayers out of you, when you pull them out of you, so they're not rattling around in your head, when you birth them out into the world through voice, through writing, whatever it is, then it really grounds in and activates that prayer. And then when we do this here, we're going to bring it up on the screen, and all of us are going to affirm that prayer and send it out into the world with a little extra push, because the power of your prayer and your intention, and when a bunch of people get together and do that, it magnifies the energy exponentially. So whatever it is that you feel you would like to share your prayer for, that would be really great. So Sarah said, so I missed part of the prayer time figuring out how to send you stars, and now I see a whole new chat. Really? I don't know what that is. So you're going to have to show me what it is on your end. Maybe take a screenshot and send it to me later. Okay, beautiful Ashley. I pray to usher in my next home here. Okay, this is great. Let's go ahead and affirm this prayer with Ashley. For Ashley, let's send out divine healing energy, a push. I'm feeling like a push, a shove, shoving Ashley into the place where she needs to be in order to land in her new home, in a space that feels safe and grounded, secure, full of love, full of light, a place where she can do her spiritual work and her creative work untethered, and moving that out into the world, into the hands of the people who need her magic and need her gift, all settled in this beautiful home. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful Ashley, you got it, babe. Beautiful Donna says a prayer for focus and determination. So let's just take a deep breath, root in, and send this energy to Donna, affirming this prayer for her that she's able to come into her own when it comes to focus and determination in her life so that she can accomplish what it is she truly wants to accomplish, so that when she sets her intention, she moves swiftly and surely into that in that direction. Beautiful. And beautiful Yvonne says, sending love and prayers for anyone who is struggling with their sense of self. This is really beautiful. Thank you so much for this, Yvonne. Let's go ahead and affirm this prayer. We're sending a prayer out to the collective, blanketing the whole planet. Anyone who is struggling with their sense of self, they don't know who they are. They don't know what's next for them. They're feeling like they are adrift in this world. Let's send them divine healing energy and pray for their groundedness. Pray for them to come home to themselves, to love themselves more, and to root firmly into this new paradigm and move out into the world, following their passions and their gifts and being of divine service in this way. Absolutely gorgeous, Yvonne. Thank you so much. Okay. It's warm out here. I have a thing. My Mala will often click on this microphone, so I'm going to take it off real quick so I don't have to do it later if it starts bugging you. 1 second. Okay. There we go. All right. Beautiful, loves. Beautiful. Okay. Let's go into channel. What do we got, Holy Spirit? What do we need to know this week? What is everybody watching this live stream and coming on the replay? Anybody who stumbles upon this video, who comes here on a mission, what do we need to know? Okay, I'm feeling energy in the heart and the throat, and I see my guide showing up here. Thank you. For those of you who don't know my guide, his name is Mons, and he is my main man. Okay, he is the way that Divine Spirit comes through me in a way that I can access. So I'm feeling heart and I'm feeling throat, and I'm getting the opening that you're experiencing of the heart. If you're struggling right now because your heart is opening, which means you are understanding, not here, but here, what it is that you need and want for this next phase of your life. He says, if you're in pain and you're struggling, it's because your throat is still blocked. If you're experiencing a heart opening and you're not struggling, it's because your throat is not blocked and you're very clear and you trust yourself on the next direction to move forward. And there's going to be some of you who are like, yes, my heart is opening and I feel I trust a new direction. I trust a new direction. And you're going to be moving in that direction. And that's wonderful. That means that you can be an example and a support for the people whose heart are open, because we're all going through a collective heart opening is what I'm hearing. Everybody here is going through a heart opening. And that heart opening means, yes, more love, more compassion, all of that is coming, but it's also about direction. You follow the pull of your heart, okay? There's a new direction or a shifting direction. And if you are struggling right now and you are going through a hard time, it's because you have a blocked throat chakra. And a blocked throat chakra, yes, the throat chakra is about communication. It's about expressing yourself. It's also about authentic communication, communicating your heart, and it's about trusting yourself to take inspired action on what your heart is telling you to do. You are leading with the heart. You are expressing your desire, your intention, just like we do with the prayer healings, right? You're expressing your intention, and then you are executing with the mind. If you're struggling right now, it's because your heart is opening and your throat is not so happy right now. So if you are struggling, I want you to sit into your heart and allow that energy. You'll be able to feel, he's telling you, feel that energy move up into your throat. Your heart will actually clear your throat. Your heart will clear your throat. You got to bring it into the body. This is not going to happen with the mind. This is not going to happen by talking it out. This is not going to happen by thinking about it or solving it or making a pros and cons list. That is not what the mind does not belong here right now. You got to go into the body and allow the heart to push through, and then you're going to be expelling stuck energy. So a lot of you might be experiencing coughing or spitting mucus coming up, that kind of a thing. You're actually physically going to expel the energy. Some of you might have nausea. You might actually throw up. That's the way I'm seeing this energy come out. But I'm getting my guy just going poo, and he just spat into a spittoon, which I don't know, it was weird, but it was great. It made this ringing sound, but it's going to come out one way or the other. As long as you spend time in your heart and allow your heart to continue to open. So the way to clear the throat chakra, if you are struggling right now, how are you doing out there? You guys struggling? Has it been challenging? Or are you sailing through this? Are you feeling really good? Again, if you're feeling really good, thank you. You are a shining example for the people who are struggling and need to learn how to trust themselves more. Need how to learn how to trust themselves more in the moment, in the moment, in the moment. So you're going to be expelling that. Sarah says, how many times you're going to have to give me this message? Oh, the throat. Yeah, you got a problem child with your throat chakra, right? It's okay. You know what? I'm with you there, Sarah. My throat chakra tends to be my problem child as well, but that's okay. It's not, I call it a problem child because I'm being funny, but where we are blocked is so often where we are most powerful. Because if there's one thing we're all terrified of, it is our personal power. So if you have issues with the throat or any area or any energy center that just keeps coming up and you keep on hearing about it, it's okay. You just know that you just continue to spend time there. Continue to spend time there. Relax into it. Okay. Here's an example that Spirit's asking me to share. So most people look at me nowadays who know me. People say to me, you're so grounded, Ingrid. You are so grounded. You're so grounded. It's so accessible. You really make sense when you bring through the spirit stuff. I tell you what, that was an Achilles heel for me for a number of years. I could not get grounded. I could not get grounded. Every reader, every healer, I heard, just like you're hearing all about your throat chakra all the time, Sarah, I would hear like, you got to ground. You got to ground. You got to ground. And nothing would work. I tried. I go out there, walk in. I would do the YouTube things. I would do it. Nothing worked. Nothing worked. And finally, I was on a healer's table and she said the same thing. She goes, oh, you're really ungrounded. I'm like, I know. So it's very ungrounded. I was very high in spirit, but I was very ungrounded. And I heard a voice. Spirit said to me, your grounding meditation is coming soon. And I went, my grounding meditation. And it did. And it's the grounding meditation that I lead you through every week. We go in and we ground in. How grounding is that meditation? The minute I did that grounding meditation, I was rooted to the earth for the first time in years. And then I was able to move out and do some serious spiritual work in the world to really bring my gifts and my voice and my spirit, my connection to spirit out, which I couldn't do before because I was ungrounded. But that grounding is something I continue to work at. And yet that grounding is 100% one of my superpowers when it comes to me being able to teach and being able to read and be able to channel, right? It's absolutely essential. That being said, I can become untethered. If I don't ground every day, if I don't put in my practice, then I become untethered. Because even though it's my superpower, it's something that is easy for me to pull away from because of my fear of my own power, right? I can get untethered, I ground again, I bring it back, and it's a superpower. So try not to take it too hard if you keep hearing this same thing over and over again, like, all right, I need to ground, or your throat chakra, or whatever it is. It's just bringing your attention back to your power again and again and again. So try and reframe it and look at it like, oh, yes, that's right. Sarah, you have a powerful throat chakra, a powerful throat center. And when you are present with it and is activated, right, and it is open, you're absolutely unstoppable. So it's really just bringing your attention back to your power. I hope that is helpful, my love. Okay, beautiful Ashley says, that totally resonates. Once I let myself go with the flow and relax, I stop struggling. I feel at peace and feel good. Big changes around the corner. That's it, isn't it? Thank you for this, Ashley. Thank you for adding on to today's message from Divine Spirit. It is about stop struggling. And it's interesting you say this because just yesterday or the day before, I got one of those downloads from Spirit, and Spirit said, struggle is a choice. Struggle is a choice. It is a choice 100% of the time. Because here's the thing, whatever is going on, if calamity is happening, if things are not going your way, if your things are not going well, then your struggle is still the choice you make. When you get into total acceptance and surrender of what is, that's always a choice. You can always choose to surrender or you can choose to struggle. And you just illustrated this beautifully, Ashley. And that's what I want to add, thank you for adding to this, Ashley. If you're struggling right now, it's because your throat chakra is blocked. Try getting into surrender. Okay. Let your throat chakra be blocked and just hang out in your heart. It will then come up and clear on its own. The energy from the heart is going to clear up on its own. Okay, Yvonne, thank you so much for the donation. I will get you a reading. And Donna, thank you, darling. I will get you a reading as well. In fact, let me start writing down the names real quick before, so I don't have to go scrolling back. So we have our beautiful Ashley and our beautiful Yvonne and beautiful Donna. All right, y'all are on the list. So there are openings. Misty, need to learn to trust myself. Yeah. And that's all. So much of that is in the throat chakra. So much of that is in the throat chakra, my darling. You got this. I'm excited to go on this journey with you. All right, Kira, thank you so much, darling. Okay. Beautiful. So again, if we're, when you're hearing this, if you're coming in and watching on the replay, or if you're, anything is coming up for you, like Ashley left her comment because she was inspired by her experience, the message inspired her experience. Leave your comment because you are adding to this message. You are expanding the message from Divine Spirit for me and for everybody watching right now, and for everybody who comes on and watches the replay later on and goes scrolling through the comments. All right, beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Here's our beautiful one. You don't need to ride the struggle bus, baby. I love that. You have an all access pass to the world. I mean, this is really true. Spirit has told me again and again, and to the point I've even actually felt it a couple of times, but I get this message from Spirit all the time. And this is what Yvonne is illustrating. There is nothing off limits to you when you are aligned and living in partnership with Spirit. Nothing. All you have to do is say, I'd like to experience that, and set your intention, and everything will unfold and doors will open. When we are struggling against what is, we are fighting it, and we are creating an energy of resistance. And it's really normal to struggle. It's really normal to resist. So I don't want you to beat yourself up for it. I don't want you to blame yourself. I want you to accept the resistance, even accept the struggle. Whatever it is that you're accepting, you will be able to shift if you want to. And sometimes when you get into acceptance, you realize it doesn't need to change. It gets to be just what it is. Beautiful, Yvonne. Thank you so much. Okay, who else have we got? I am pulling up another page, my loves. I'm sorry for the delay. I forgot to do this earlier. I'm just going to do this super duper quickly so that I can spend the rest of the time paying attention. We're going to do human design next. How cool is that? Almost there. 14 clicks later. I just want to get a list in front of me, make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, beauties. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Let's look at human design. I feel like the channeling feels pretty complete. Let's look at our human design chart. So we are going to share our screen. Yes. Okay. I always get a little scared before I do this because it's like, what if I mess it up or show something on my screen that I don't want the world to see? Not that I have anything I'm hiding. I don't know. It's just weird little quirk of mine. Okay. So human design, if you would like to follow along with your own chart, you can, this is where I like to get, oops, let me take that down. That's where I like to get my human design chart. And it looks like this that we're looking at here. It looks like this body graph. And so if you're at all familiar with human design, you'll be able to follow along with what I'm, pointing to on the body graph and the planets and the gates. And if you don't know anything about human design and you look at this and it looks like just a mess of lines and colors and shapes and symbols and numbers, that's okay. I'm going to explain everything as I go. And I'm getting a good system down. I'm getting a good process so that I'm able to share what's pertinent with you without getting lost, mired in irrelevant details that you don't really need to know about necessarily. And if you would like to know how these transits are affecting your chart, I am doing one human design chart reading tomorrow for 50% off. Go to ingridhturner.com/Sunday and you can book it right there. And we can pull up your chart and I can go through all the details with you, like all the way deep dive into your chart. And then we can spend a little time talking about these transits and what they mean for you and how the energy is affecting you. Because, like astrology, the planets are moving and it's affecting us. And it's a really interesting way to see how the planetary shifts affect our core energy field. Okay. Anyway, enough said on that. Let's move to the just now chart. Okay. So first thing, let's talk macro here. So when you look at this chart, you see a bunch of shapes on the body graph, right? And you see white centers and you see colored in centers. So the colored in centers mean definition. The white centers mean you're open. Okay, it means it's like there's an opening to other energies. It doesn't matter what color it is. I don't know why they do different colors. It is only confusing, but it doesn't matter. But looking at this macro chart, right, we have the transits are defining 3 of the transit chart centers. So what this means is collectively, whether you have these defined in your chart or not, we're all experiencing definition in these areas. In my chart, I have none of these defined. So I get to experience the definition of all of this while we're going through this transit this week. And that's pretty cool, right? So definition in a human design chart essentially means you generate your own power, right? So the universe is generating this power for us. Okay. Wherever you have white in your chart is where you are susceptible to like the planetary transits or the energies of other people. Okay. So let's look at what we're all, the power that we're all experiencing. We've got the head, the ajna, and the throat defined, which means that we are experiencing real consistency in the way that we're thinking, how we're pulling through our inspirations and coming to understand and realize our personal truth and then communicating that personal truth to the collective or even just bringing it out and expressing it, even if we're not expressing it for anything special, but we're bringing it out to the collective. We're bringing it out of us. We're expressing it through our throat. There's consistency in the way we're expressing and we're communicating. And interesting because Divine Spirit just came through and said, throat, things are going to come out your throat. So I feel like with the throat defined as a collective, that's personal power within the throat chakra. As you communicate and express yourself, you're going to have an easier time with that clearing than maybe you normally do, especially if you have a white square in your natal chart, right? So, so that's the personal power that we're experiencing. Now let's go into like the details of what these defined centers mean, because if you look at these numbers, these are all different energies within that center. So the first one I want to point out is the 61 to 24. Okay, this is called this is the thinker, the clarity, the knowing the unknowable, bringing your inspiration and what is your inner truth and bringing it down in a way that you can process it logically and you can really understand it. You know, you ever have those times where you're just pondering things. You're like, what if? I don't know. What does this mean? What does that mean? What's the meaning of it all? What is God? You know, why am I here? All of that. These are all areas of the head center where we're just wondering and we're in kind of spirit and we're like in our inspiration. And then when you bring it down through this channel to this gate 24 down to the Ajna center is logical processing. Okay. So we're able to logically process all the different pieces we have here in the head center. Okay. And then you're taking that through and you're bringing it down through the throat center and you're expressing that. Okay. So it coming back up to the head center here, this is a really good week to really understand and think through your personal truth. That's the 61 to 24. Okay. Now let's look at this, had the planetary influences. 61 is the gate of inspiration. It's the gate of inner knowing, the gate of truth. This is really a channeling gate. You know, it's very much channeling spirit gate. So you're really able to bring things forth, to get these hits, these inspirations, these downloads from divine spirit. And the earth is hanging out in this gate right now. And the earth is what grounds us. It's what grounds us and it's what makes us feel like secure and feel okay in our body. All right. So spending time alone, spending time in the space of spirit and the space of wonder and getting inspired, that's a really good way for us to feel grounded this week. And then it comes into gate 24, which is the gate of thinking about it, thinking it through, fleshing it out, pondering it until it comes to a logical place for you, like logically fleshing it out. Now, this gate, we have Mars going through, and Mars in human design is where we can be immature. It's where we can put the cart before the horse. It's where we can maybe act a little too quickly. So while we have the Earth and the Mars moving through this channel that we're all experiencing collectively. So you're grounded, but then you might get like move a little too quickly in when it comes to laying out the logic of it, right? Giving it a logical form, a logical thought process, pondering it over and over. Just be aware of where you want to do something really quickly with that, because and intentionally slow yourself down. The Earth is moving slow and Mars wants to shoot off really fast. Slow yourself down. When it comes to that inspiration and understanding that inner truth for yourself, slow yourself down, get present, get solitude, and allow it to unfold as you ponder it, instead of feeling like you need to know all the things right now, all at once, right? Okay. And if you have questions as we're going along or comments, please feel free to put them in the comment section on this video. I'll be happy to answer any questions. If I'm saying something and you're like, what the hell are you even talking about, Ingrid? Because I'm just blowing over the fact that maybe you don't know human design, let me know and I'll be happy to go back and talk about anything. So the other channel that we're experiencing collectively is a 17 to 62. Okay. This is about taking our speculation, like what we think about things, and bringing it through as a practical explanation. Now, here's the thing. So we can have, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the one and only answer, but it's a lot of like different ways of looking at something. You know, you have a lot of, we all are sort of looking at things differently and having kind of thoughts and opinions about things. And we're able to express these thoughts and things really well. And maybe it'll be like right on and the answer what we need. And maybe it won't. Maybe it'll just add to the conversation. But the thing you have to remember about this channel that's really important is if you bring through your opinion and somebody didn't ask for your opinion, they're going to be annoyed with you. Okay, that's just human nature. So before you start shoving your opinions and your thoughts and your hypotheses onto the people around you, wait to be recognized, or make sure you ask them, hey, can I share this with you? Instead of just shouting off. Now, if you have this natally in your chart, if you even have gate 17 natally in your chart, you're going to know this from bitter experience. You're going to be like, oh yeah, don't do that. So to the collective, wait to be recognized. Okay. Planetary influences here. We have Jupiter going through gate 17. So that's speculation. That's turning things over. That's seeing the big picture. That's seeing a lot of different possibilities. Okay. Jupiter is our expansion. Okay. Jupiter is our abundance. So when we are able to step back and look at things from a bird's eye view and get more dispassionate about it, that is going to activate our abundance in right now collectively. Now, Jupiter's been going through gate 17 for a while. We've talked about it for the last 2 weeks. And what is that? It's at line 5. So it might still be there next week. I don't know. We're going to find out when we pull it up. But right now, that's what's activating the collective abundance, is really being able to pull out and give a bird's eye view. Gate 62 here is the practical explanation. It's being able to give voice and words to things that are hard to grasp. It's taking esoteric principles and putting them out in a way, and abstract ideas and bringing thoughts and experiences and ideas and opinions out into the world in a way that is accessible and like bite-sized. Now, it probably doesn't surprise you to learn I have gate 62 defined in my chart. I have my earth in it. So that's my thing, is like, you can see that that's what I do. I bring things out and I take all these kind of big moving parts and I can bring them down into like cohesive, bite-sized, understandable chunks that people can get, right? And that's what I hope I am doing with this human design chart. Let me just move over to the comments and make sure we don't have any questions. So I don't. Okay, Yvonne has a message to the collective, and I'm going to pull that up in just a bit after I'm done with the human design, because we definitely want Yvonne's message. All right, where are we? Anyway. So what's going on in gate 62? Planets in gate 62 are Sun and Mercury. So Sun is what is leading us this week, is what is really pulling us out and pulling us forward. That's what the transit Sun is talking about. So we really have a drive to communicate our thoughts, to communicate our opinions, to communicate this bird's eye view picture and all the possibilities that we are seeing. We have a drive for that. And it's also got Mercury going through that. So Mercury is what we're thinking about, what we're talking about, what we're communicating about, what we're teaching about this week. Okay. So this is a really important gate for us this week with the Sun and the Mercury going through. We really have a drive to get this out there. With this channel complete, I want you to wait to be invited. Be patient. Allow yourself to be recognized, or ask permission to share, because you have really valuable things to share right now with these planetary, transits going on. But if you just barrel through and bombard people with your thoughts and your opinions, they're not going to have the impact that they are designed to have this week. Okay. So all of us are experiencing really solid connection with our brains, with our logical thinking, and with our expression of our inspiration and our logic. So let's enjoy that this week, because God knows that's certainly not always the case. And only 30%, so 70% of the population has undefined head centers, which means we only experience this kind of consistency with our logical processing. It doesn't mean we can't logically process. It means we're inconsistent about it. But we have a consistency to it now that those of us with undefined head centers should enjoy. That's what I think. I think we should enjoy it. Okay. And then this channel, we've talked about that the nodes have been in 43 and 23, and I'll just go over it again real quick for anybody who's new or needs a reminder. This channel is called the Genius to Freak channel. This is about taking your opinions and bringing them through in a way that is life-changing, world-changing. 17 to 62 is like, it may contribute or it may like be kind of going in the wrong direction, but this tends to be like genius to freak. You'll either be perceived as a genius or a freak, right? Freak is a weird word. I don't love that word, but like people are either going to look at you like, what is the matter with you? Are you like a frog? Or people are going to be like, oh my God, that's it. That's the answer. That's what we need to implement in order to make these big changes that we need to make. But again, this is also what they call a projected channel. So you have to wait to be recognized. You have to wait for the invitation. You have to ask permission before you start sharing your opinions. And when you do, when you get buy-in for those opinions, then what will happen is your voice, your opinions, your inner knowing is going to come through as a stroke of genius and can be world changing. If you are bringing it through and barreling on and just like shoving it out there and shoving it down people's throats and people aren't ready for it, they're going to look at you like you got three eyes. That's just the energy. Okay, so wait for the recognition and enjoy it. Misty said, this describes me. Well, it'll be really interesting to look at your human design chart, babe, and see what is going. Oh, wait, I have looked at your human design chart, actually. I don't remember all the details, but yeah, especially right now, this is going to describe you because this is what we're experiencing in the planetary sense. So that's gorgeous. I'm so glad it's resonating. Beautiful. Okay, let's talk about some of the gates that we're experiencing, the planetary influences. Oops, sorry, which are right here. So we talked about what's leading us, which is this gate 62. Okay, this is the sun in gate 62. This is what's leading us right now. Gate 62 is a magical gate. It's the ability to describe, to bring language to say the unsayable. Okay, it's about precision and details. It's about being precise with your communication so that you say just as much as needs to be said and no more. Right? Or you say enough and you don't leave anything out. The perfect amount of describing, the perfect amount of communicating. So in your communications this week, moving out into your relationships, moving out into your experiences, know that the sun is guiding you, is helping you say just the right amount. And if you bring divine spirit into that and say, God speak through me, God speak through me, that will be even more profound, even more pronounced. So your communication is rocking this week because we have the sun in this gate 62. Like I said earlier, the earth is in gate 61, which is right here. This is the gate of the knowing, gate of inspiration. So what really grounds us right now is spending time with spirit, spending time finding what inspires us. Go to bookstores, go to art galleries, go out in nature. What it is that inspires you? Get some alone time, just you and God consciousness, and see what comes through. And because whatever comes through is, of course, going to sink down into that logical processing. And it's something you'll really be able to make sense of. You won't be so stuck in the wondering and the why. You'll be coming down and be like, oh, this is what makes sense to me. And that's going to be just a really nice way. So that will really ground you. So if you're starting to feel frazzled and head up and all over the place, get to a place where you feel inspired so that you can ground in, because the earth is grounded in inspiration, in what is inspiring you right now. Okay. Mercury, what are we thinking about this week? What are we teaching about? What are we talking about? That's also in gate 62 in the throat, which is communication. So we really have a lot of energy going through gate 62, a lot of energy being put into communicating precisely. This is also the gate of light language. Okay. Being able to express the divine through words, express the unexpressible through words. Okay. All right, what are our values this week? What are our values? We have gate 15, Venus going through gate 15. Gate 15 is very connected to nature. So, I would say 61 is probably pretty connected to nature as well. So getting into nature is going to help you a lot. And also gate 15 is about changing up your routines, changing up the dynamic in your day-to-day life. It's getting up and doing something one day and then doing something completely different the next day. The need for changing up your routines is where our values are. So if you're looking at your life and you've been kind of doing the same thing for a long time and you're stuck in a rut, Venus is going to help you change up your routines. Really identifying what your values are going to be driving you to changing up your routines and doing your days differently. Now, you may fall back into routines after this transit is over, but the routines that you fall back into are going to be serving you as opposed to hindering you. And I feel like intuitively what I'm picking up is the Venus at gate 15 is helping us, really to kind of like dig some stuff up so that we can make the necessary changes to our routines and sort of expand our experience, get out of the ruts that we've been hanging out, that we've been living in. All right. So our abundance, we talked about this. Jupiter's been going through 17 for a hot minute. Our abundance, we talked about, is taking that bird's eye view. It's seeing the big picture, and it's, understanding all the different opinions, directions, thoughts, all the different ways that we can go with that. So get into like their speculation, pulling it out, getting out of the nitty gritty, getting into the big picture. That's going to be unlocking our abundance this week as well as the last 2 weeks. That's really great. Where are we potentially feeling restricted, folks? So Saturn is hanging on gate 49. Gate 49 is about principles. Okay, it's about morals, ideals, and principles. And when we see that morals and ideals and principles are out of alignment with our authentic truth, there's going to be an emotional pressure, emotional discomfort to shift those principles, to change, to push for revolution, so that it gets people back in line with the principles we're aligned with, or it changes the principles. Okay, it changes that. So I'm feeling like this is not only out here, we tend to think of other people doing it wrong, but where we are out of alignment with our own principles. There's an emotional energy pushing us to align more closely with our own truth, with our own principles. And Saturn is where we can feel restricted when we are living out of alignment. So if you are not living in your highest expression that is available to you in the moment right now, if you're choosing to stay in a lower frequency when you are capable of a more expanded frequency, this is where you're going to feel the squeeze. Okay. If you are unconsciously or consciously living out of alignment with your personal integrity, this is where you're going to feel the squeeze. And it's going to be a real emotional experience, because it's going to be pushing for a personal revolution to get you to shift and fall in line with those principles. Okay. And then some of the longer transiting, we're just going to, we talk about every week, where's our genius? Okay. Where's our genius? Our amazing new insights, our radical new insights coming up. Uranus hanging out in gate 2. It's going to be going on a long time. Gate 2 is about guidance. It's about inner guidance. And it's about being a guide for other people. Often this energy is really about guiding other people, but we are going to get our own personal radical new insights and radical new ways of seeing things by showing up and being of service and being a guide to others. Our spiritual practice is going to be centered around gate 36. That's where Neptune is hanging out. The gate 36 is an energy that is about emotional chaos, and that emotional chaos comes up, that discomfort comes up because it's pushing for transformation, pushing for personal transformation, pushing for change to expand into the next version of ourselves. So we're going to be feeling, this can be a gate of like a lot of drama coming into your life, or a lot of personal drama coming up. And it's because it's this energy that is trying to get you to move forward, move into the next phase for you. And with Neptune there, Neptune is where our spirituality is. It's also where our intuition, and it's also where illusion is hanging out, where it's confusing. So wherever you find Neptune in your chart, I say get out of your head and get into your body, get into your intuition, and you will be guided step by step by step through whatever it is that you are experiencing, that you are having a struggle with. And then Pluto is where we are all feeling deeply transformed as a collective. It's where the deep, deep work is happening. And that's in gate 60. And gate 60 is about the gate of limitations. So this is about what are our limitations. We're coming up against our limitations. And the challenge for us is to accept those limitations. And through the acceptance of those limitations, we are able to transform them, transmute them, and transcend them. But until you accept your limitations, you know where your blocks are, where you look at it and you acknowledge it, until you accept it, you can't change anything. When you're avoiding it, when you're pushing against it, when you're pretending it's not there, it's there and it's blocking you from expanding into the next version of you. So you have to be okay with accepting your limitations. And what I'll say for this is, for God's sake, don't beat yourself up, my love. We all got bullshit, every single one of us. And Pluto likes to come in and dredge that up so that we can shovel it out, so that we can get rid of it. And this is the area that Pluto is going to be playing in for a long time. Okay, my loves, let's see. There's the human design trends. Again, if you have questions, please leave a comment. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Let's pull up Yvonne's message from Divine Spirit. Message to the collective. It's time to release attachment to things, people, and places, real or mentally created, that exist in realms you no longer care to visit, or are not the sum of your experiences. Let that idea go. Drain the sluggish energy of self-judgment around events or stories that no longer have meaning or value to you, yet cling to your experience due to the need of intentional releasing. Beautiful, Yvonne. Thank you so much for that. I so appreciate you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting really, really close to starting our readings. Before I do personal readings, I'm going to pull out the tarot cards and warm up with them. We're going to pull cards for the collective. If you would like to get a reading, you may donate any amount to the Bhava Spiritual Mission. That is on your screen. And you will donate to the Bhava Mission. It's on your screen. I lost my train of thought. Hang on, come back. That's the thing about channeling and getting into divine spirit is it gets very easy to become ungrounded. I have to constantly be regrounding in, or at least I do. I tend to get a little untethered. So far, we have 4 readings I'm going to be doing. That's great. So if you'd like a personal reading, donate to the Bhava Spiritual Mission. The link is on the screen. It's also in the description of the video. It's a PayPal account. If you are unable to use PayPal but would still like a reading, please let me know. I'll give you my personal Venmo account and I'll shoot that over to Bhava. But if you're able to, just use the Bhava PayPal account. I appreciate you so much. So first and foremost, let's look at the collective. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. What do we need to know, Divine Spirit? Please show us through the tarot what it is we need to know for the energies coming up this week. As everybody watching this video, who's going to find this video, what do we need to know? I like it. This is good. This is nice. Okay. So the first one I have is the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is a new way of thinking. It is coming to grips with the beliefs and the thoughts and the conditioning that you have been carrying around that are not yours, that came from family, tribe, ancestry, collective, media, whatever it is. We all have stuff. We all have stuff that just we carry. And we take on these beliefs like they are gospel. And they are not gospel. They are beliefs. Beliefs are just thoughts. And thoughts are not real. They're not. Thoughts are not real. Your mind lies to you. So this is about reevaluating what it is you believe and deciding what you want to believe, deciding what you actually believe, what works for you. And given that the other cards here are really, really positive, this means that we are collectively moving into a new line of thinking that is going to serve us much, much better than the thoughts we have carried, the beliefs we've unconsciously carried that has been contributing to our existence. Here's the thing about thoughts. Thoughts are not real, but thoughts become emotions, and emotions is how you create your reality. So when you have beliefs that make you feel like crud, guess what? There are going to be areas of your life that are cruddy. If you have beliefs that make you feel amazing, beliefs of self-love, beliefs of self-empowerment, then what's going to happen is you're going to feel that way, and your life is going to reflect that back to you. Okay, so thoughts may not be real, but they are important because they are very connected and very much contribute to how we feel, our emotional energy. Your emotions are the energy that is creating your lived experience. So we got to get the thoughts into it becomes emotion, and then emotion becomes inspired action. And that inspired action can be negatively inspired action, or it can be positively inspired action. So this is really great. And I feel like this really plays into what we looked at with the channeled message that we brought through from Spirit and what we looked at with the human design charts. You can kind of see how everything ties together because Spirit is magic like that. Then we have the Sun. Honey, this is the happiest card in the deck. This is also about the choice to be happy. So we have the new thoughts, new beliefs, understanding what it is, how it is, we want to think so we know how we want to feel, and then making the choice to be happy from those changes. Son of Wands. Okay, fast movement. Things are going to be happening. Things are going to be shifting. Okay, you're going to want it to shift. You're going to be moving really quickly. Please be aware that the movement that you make, the physical movement, the energetic movements that you're making in your life, the changes that you're making might be dizzying for people. And you might get some pushback for that. Not your problem. They will catch up or they won't. This is your life. You live it on your terms. Finances are going to be good. Okay, if you've been struggling with finances, if you've kind of been feeling like, I think we have, as certainly in this country, and I think this is a global thing, is that I think everybody's kind of a little freaked out about their resources and their finances. But the Mother of Pentacles is You are the source of your own abundance. You are the source of your own finances. The more that you love yourself and trust yourself and honor yourself, honor. I just got that really, really strong. The more you honor yourself, the more that abundance is attracted to you. The more that what you need, the resources that you need in order to not just survive, but to feel deeply taken care of, to feel very, very comfortable, is going to be available for you. Be open to ways to these things coming to you in ways that, like, from avenues and pathways that are not apparent or that you would assume. And that comes back to this, the Ace of Swords. Like, we have a belief like, okay, I need to make money this way, or, I need to do this job and bring in a salary. But things, this abundance can show up in ways that are completely unexpected. I'm on the road and I live in my car. I live in my Scion. I love living in my Scion. But sometimes I'll show up in a state or a city and I'll have a connection there. And that connection, this just happened in Nashville, that connection will say, please come stay with me. They will open up their home to me and I'll stay in a really comfy bed and I'll have like social interaction. We'll have good food together. And that is abundance coming to me through honoring myself, through an avenue that is different than what I would expect in the past, right? Which would be like, okay, I need to do this and this and this and make this much money. So if I can get an Airbnb, that's all possible. It can come to you that way, but also come to you even more easily than that, with your friends and your connections and your loves showing up to provide something beautiful for you for a while. Just a gift from the universe. Pay attention to your spirituality. Okay, your spirituality, your connection with spirit is very important this week. Okay, don't lose sight of that. Because things are changing and shifting and bumpy in this world, it's really important that we continue to stay connected to divine spirit, to keep our spiritual connection, to keep our sense of wonder, to keep ourselves open to channeling the messages. You are all capable of channeling. You will get these hits the more you stay present and the more you stay open. All right. Okay, one more time. Cards for the week. Ace of Swords, the Sun of Wands, the Mother of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. It's good. It's good. It's good. Keep loving yourself more. Things are shifting at a clip in the collective, and sometimes it can feel like this is bullshit, but it is all working in our favor, and it is all chaotically, bumpily maybe, but it is all settling into this new earth, into this golden era. Okay, if you'd like a reading, donate to the Bhava Spiritual Mission any amount. My thank you to you will be a fairly in-depth tarot card reading on this app. Let me go look at my list again. Right now we got 4 beautiful humans. Okay, Skyla, I love you. Thank you. We got Skyla. I'm adding you to the list, my love. Make sure I don't have anything else. I'm sorry. I know I'm a little all over the place. I need an assistant. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, got everybody. All right, my loves. Ashley, sweets. We're just going to come first come, first serve. So what do we need to know for you, beautiful Ashley? Okay, interestingly, I just had my legs crossed and I immediately uncrossed them and put them flat on the ground. So for you, I feel like grounding is really important. I'm feeling like a wind blow, like a whoa, kind of a shift happening, almost like a little bit of an earthquake, like the ground shifting underneath your feet. And Spirit says changes are coming, and you sense that. Okay, you said that in your comment. I'm really feeling that. Spirit says get grounded, get both feet firmly planted on the ground, because this week you're going to experience, whoa, some shifting happening, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be great. I feel a lot of energy in my power center, which feels like a combination of both fear and excitement. I love this. I feel like and I hear you laughing. I hear you going, oh, and then I hear you start just laughing joyfully. And it's like this whole storm is surrounding you, these big winds, and you're just laughing into the wind. Instead of like trying to hide away from the wind to withstand the wind, you're just opening up and laughing to it and holding your balance, holding your ground. And it just feels absolutely awesome. Okay, so I love that. Ground in, both feet firmly planted, stay present, laugh with spirit, laugh with God. Okay, laugh with the changes. It's all working in your favor. Let's anchor this in with some cards. Strength, the Lovers, 10 of Swords, the Empress, and the Chariot. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, I'll show you the cards in a minute. telling the story, sweetheart, you have done so much of the inner work and the healing, and you are continuing to do that healing. And Spirit is saying to me, thank you. Spirit is saying you're doing great with that. You're just continuing to move forward incrementally, bit by bit, on that inner work, on that healing work. I can really feel it in my heart, and I can really feel it in my power center. I feel like your sense of confidence and self-esteem and self-worth is starting to really come up to the surface and come up to your heart. You're starting to feel better and better and better about yourself. You have incredible new things headed your way. You go 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards. Major arcana are the big daddies of the tarot, and then you have the 10 of swords here, which means an ending is happening and something else is coming. A new beginning is happening. It is darkest before the dawn, or it has just been darkest before the dawn. It's about to get amazing. Yeah, Yvonne says, wow, those are Ash great cards. They're totally great cards. Let me show them to you. Strength. The Lovers. You're making good choices, girl. You are making good choices for yourself. The 10 of swords. That might be a little ouchy. Endings are ouchy. The Empress. This is abundance and well-being and comfort and really a whole lot of self-love. The Chariot. You don't control divine timing, babe. You get on the horse and you go for the ride. Have fun. I love you. It's so great. Okay, beautiful. Ashley, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate getting to tune in for you. Okay, beautiful Yvonne. Yvonne, thank you so much for your gift. I'm so grateful and appreciative of you, and I love you so much. And we're going to pull some cards and do a reading for you. Because hell yes. It's been a minute since I've done a reading for my Yvonne. Yvonne and Ashley are both, well, y'all are Bhava babes for sure, but Yvonne and Ashley have gone through the Bhava ministry. So we've got some other ministers here hanging out. So I'm really grateful. Okay, Yvonne, we have the 8 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, the Justice card, the World, and the Emperor. Okay, so not without its stickiness, but you are moving towards acceptance. Like we were talking a lot about acceptance. In a couple of the collective readings, and you're really moving into that, sinking more deeply into acceptance. There's still some stickiness. There's still some mental stickiness, but you have made the choice to walk away from that and get into acceptance. And as soon as you get into full total acceptance, everything's going to wrap up in this latest cycle. Everything's going to wrap up that has caused you mental anguish and mental pain and having to feel like you have to constantly defend yourself and constantly, fight. That's going away, and it's going away for good. And you're really going to you already are stepping into your power in a really powerful way, in a masculine way, which you didn't expect, is what Spirit is telling me. But the masculine is merging with your feminine. So it's not like you're tossing away or abandoning your feminine energy. It's about really feeling so strong and structured within yourself. You just have a little bit of incremental shifting to do to just line up with that really sweet acceptance of letting it be what it is. And you are moving there. Your mind is not kind to you. It hasn't been kind to you, but it's about to get a whole lot more kind, because you are getting into such radical acceptance of what is, that it's just going to tie a knot in it. And you're going to be able to move on and move forward into a tremendous amount of personal power. And you're also going to be letting a lot go from your childhood. Okay, this is really good. This is really good energy, honey. You as well have really put in the work, dove in head first to ensure that your spiritual practice, living in partnership with Spirit, your healing has been a paramount priority. And it shows in the cards. And Spirit says, just, it's like, ooh, like honing in. It's like honing in on the target, right? You're just doing this a little bit and you're about to lock in. And then you got it. So that's really great. Awesome, babe. Awesome. Thank you, Yvonne. Okay, beautiful Donna. Hold on. Let me shake it off. What do we got for our beautiful Donna? Okay, so what I just wanted to do was just blow energy out. And I'm going to show you this technique because I think this is going to be really important for you. You have stuck energy in your body. It's in your power center. It's manifesting as fear. It feels like fear to me. Here's how, and you need to get it out. This you can get out with your breath. Here's how you do it. You want to take a sharp inhale through your nose and blow it out like a blow dart. Okay, do it again. Anybody who's watching this, if that's helpful for you, please take it. You got to get that energy out of there. You got to get that fear out of there, okay? Because what I'm getting is what you're feeling afraid of is not it, babe. It's not as big and bad. And it's not what you think it is, I think is what I'm getting. It's not what you think it is. So really do your best to dislodge that fear. And you're going to feel a whole lot better immediately if you do that breathing exercise is what Spirit is telling me. And that's going to be amazing. Hallelujah. It's going to feel so good. Let's pull some cards. Let's anchor this in. What else does Divine Spirit have for our beautiful Donna today? Strength, Two of Swords, the Star, the Six of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay. What I'm getting from the spread, my sweet, is your fear's coming up because you're in a waiting period, you're in a holding period, you're in kind of a limbo space, and it's making you feel nervous and anxious and kind of all over the place. But you have to dispel that fear from the body and then relax into what is, relax into the present moment, relax into limbo, try and let go of the need for something to be happening in order for you to be feeling like you're okay or feeling like you're productive. Okay, feeling like you're moving forward. Sometimes we're just in a space where it just is what it is and we're just not moving forward. And what you're meant to do in this space is to go into your body, to really do that healing work, to evaluate. You have a lot of evaluating energy. You got to evaluate your relationships. You got to evaluate the give and take in your relationships. And also Spirit is asking you to look towards your dream. Look towards where it is you want to go. How do you want to feel? Okay. This is your opportunity to get really, really clear on all of that, really clear on that. So that's where the discomfort is coming from, I believe. I'm going to show you these cards. Okay. We have the Strength card. We have the Two of Swords. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Star. And we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. The more you're able to relax into this limbo space, that's how things are going to get started again. Okay. It's going to be when you get into surrender and acceptance that things start moving, because when you're in surrender and acceptance, it won't matter so much, because that's just the big cosmic joke, isn't it? But you're doing really great, honey. You're really doing it. You're really showing up for yourself. This is just a blip, this difficult experience that you're feeling, this difficult sort of that you're feeling, and clearing out that energy from your body in the way that I showed you is really going to help. Okay, Kira, you beautiful Kira. Let me just check our list real quick and make sure that we don't have any additions. Any more people? Okay, we do. I can do some more readings today. If you'd like to donate to the Bhava Spiritual Mission in any amount, I will happily tune in for you and give you a reading as a big, yummy, juicy, smoochy thank you. Is what I'll do. Okay. All right. Kira, my love. Okay. I feel a lot of energy in the head, a lot of energy in the third eye. You are, I feel like you're in your head a lot right now. And then I feel the chest and I feel the power center, and I feel some maybe self-confidence stuff coming up, and you're really in your head about it. And what I'm picking up feels a little kind of all over the place and disjointed. I'm having a little bit of a hard time kind of pulling it all together. So let me pull some cards, and that's going to help me pull it all together for you. I do feel a lot of energy in the head, my sweet. You're very intelligent. You're very thoughtful. You're very but that intelligence, the way that quick mind goes, that can work against you. That can work against you, because the point of life is to not lead with the mind, to lead with the heart and execute with the mind. And that's when we show up happy and joyous and free and all that yummy stuff. But what we're conditioned to do is to lead with the mind, and that's why we get spinning in our head. We get really stuck in our head. So looking at these cards, I feel like you have childhood stuff coming up, and it's making you, whether you're kind of aware that it's childhood stuff or not, I don't know. Whatever is triggering you right now, whatever is difficult is going on in your life, you should know that what you're obsessing about, what you're upset about, the self-esteem stuff that's coming up is not really connected to the thing right here. It's connected to the thing back there, to the thing in your past. And this is an opportunity for you to dredge up some of that gunk that you've been carrying for a lot of years and release it so that you can move into the next phase of your life. You have the Ace of Wands and the Fool card here. There's a powerful new beginning waiting for you. And here's the thing, my love, whenever we are about to expand into a new frequency, whenever we are about to expand into new energy and become the next best version of ourselves, we always hit a wall of fear. we always hit a wall of pain because the ego shows up and goes, oh my God, we are not familiar with this energy. Shut it down, shut it down, shut it down. And what the ego does is it throws a lot of fear stories at us. There's a lot of hurt stories at us. There's whatever it can to get us to contract back into smaller space where the ego can come in and manage the situation. So all you have to do is stay so present through the discomfort. Try and drop that energy in your head down into your body, breathe deeply, ground in, lean on your tribe, on your community, on your sisterhood, the people who love you and care about you and who you love and care about, and know that this is going to shift for you if you just stay present with what is, getting into acceptance again. Just stay present with what is, and what will happen is you will expand through that fear. It will fall away. I experienced it like a break, like a fever break. All of a sudden, like, oh, okay, it's gone. And you just move through, and then you're going to move into an expanded frequency. And that's when things are going to start to blossom and bloom in your life again. Okay. You're just in a little bit of a rough patch because you are about to expand into new frequency. Let me show you these cards that I got for you. 6 of Cups, 3 of Cups, Ace of Wands, 7 of Swords. Somebody's hurt you, babe. And the Fool. Okay? You got this. Stay so present. Stay so present with where you are. You absolutely got this. Okay. If anybody else would like a reading, please donate now. I'm getting on to who I believe is the last person on the list, which will be our beautiful Skyla. Okay, beautiful Skyla. What do we got for you, my love? I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody who has donated and been a part of the Bhava Spiritual Mission, showing up and being an incredible Bhava babe, and allowing me the opportunity to really just be of service and tune in for you and be a messenger for Holy Spirit. It's really just such a gift. Thank you so much. Okay, beautiful Skyla. What do we got? Oh, I feel a lot of tension in my neck, the back of my neck and shoulders. It feels like I've been hunched over for a really long time. That's what it feels like to me. So I feel like you need to get out. You need to stretch your body. You actually need to stretch your body. If you need to do some yoga, do some stretches, whatever it is you need to, you really need to get out and stretch your body and let out some of that energy. I feel like you've been really like kind of focused, but also like crunched in. I feel like you've been sort of like making yourself really small by doing this kind of thing with your shoulders. And I'm really feeling the physical sensation, the physical tension in the shoulders. So what I want you to do, my sweet, is please, please, please give yourself some space, getting out and being by yourself, getting out into the air. I feel like cool air would be really good for you. Good luck in July. But getting out into fresh air and moving and stretching and twisting feels like it's really important for you. You got to get rid of some of the stuck energy. It's just you got a lot of energy that's sticking in your body, and it's not very pleasant. I mean, it feels like it's really dragging you down. It's pulling down your energy, and I feel that in my power center now. Like something is pulling at your power center. I feel something is pulling at your self-confidence. Maybe even a person is pulling at your self-confidence, and you're kind of you're doing this right now. So get out and get some space and get moving, get stretching. That's going to be really good for your body right now. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say for our beautiful, sweet, and amazing Skyla. 9 of Cups, the Emperor, the 10 of Pentacles, the Son of Pentacles, and the Father of Swords. You stay focused, girl, and everything you want is coming together for you. If you're having this like tension, you're pulling, this is a temporary thing. You are about to bust through to new energy. Your desires are going to be met. Your abundance is going to be taken care of. Your self-confidence is going to go through the roof. You just got to stay focused, stay focused. Mental discipline is what is so important for you right now, beautiful Skyla. Stay mentally disciplined. When you feel like slipping into a story, when you feel like slipping into whatever old energy is hanging out around you or what you have defaulted to before, when you catch yourself, I want you to make that commitment to expand, to step back up and stand back up. You have come too far to be going back now. And I don't see you going back. I see you honing in that mental discipline and being so proud of yourself for how disciplined you are with your practice, with your mind, with your energy, with your emotions. Things about to break for you. We're getting boy, we have a lot of these messages, huh? Things are about to break. Things are about to break. Things are about to break. Don't you love that? Oh, the bottom of the deck is the tarot card for you, or the Tower card for you, Skyla. That's awesome. Tower is big change. And for you, I feel like it is really needed. Okay, beauties. Oh, thank you so much. That is all we have on the list for today. Hey, I really, really, really super appreciate you. Thank you for for showing up and being a part of this broadcast. If it resonates with you, if you feel like you know people who would benefit, please share it out with anybody and all who you feel like would resonate and benefit. from this podcast. And once again, ways to work with me are in the description of the video. Please check out my readings that I have available. I have some discounted readings available. I have my new course, which I'm really excited and proud about, Happy, Courageous, and Free. Go to the website, check it out, see if it resonates. I would love to have you on board for that. And I will see you next week, same time, same place. I appreciate you tremendously. You have an amazing rest of your day. Okay? Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Bye all.